Morning, guys. It's 1:17 in the morning. West Coast time, Saturday, the 20th of January, 2024. Yeah, you're a zombie out here. Weaver, John C., Roseman, California. Yeah, got issues left and right. What else is new? Management sometimes has their best interests, and keep forgetting that sometimes things do happen every month or so. My refrigerator that I had replaced last year, uh, the older unit actually had a motor that just gave out in the freezer unit. I discovered that some of them, little bit of engineering for these things, that while the top portion, the freezer unit, tries to keep things at a toasty 3 or 4 degrees below zero, that also blows the cold air from the freezer into the main unit down below. Problem is, if it's getting too damn frosty in the freezer unit, and way too frosty, it starts icing up the motor, and the passageways get blocked with ice. So the cold air is not coming down as much, but it's also going to be affecting the things up in the freezer unit. Because if the motor gives out, I'm in trouble. Means I can't keep anything frosty and cold in there. I'm going to have to keep replacing it with ice left and right, and that's costly right there. My alternatives until management gets over here Monday is to constantly switch out cold ice, blue ice actually, into igloo units. You know, the portable ones that you usually shove sodas and beer and stuff like that. I use them as um, areas to keep milk, butter, eggs, perishables, if I can fit them in there, including leftover stuff that I actually had bought yesterday for food. I also had leftover chicken. I had leftover chicken, and now I got to toss that damn thing out because I think it's got contamination on the thing. It costs in food. It does. It really does. It really does costing in food every time that damn thing goes out, and I'm not able to keep the stuff refrigerated enough. You keep a refrigerator open, it takes a hell of a lot longer time for it to continuing to build up the cold air. And especially if I happen to bought my rotisserie chicken for my dog, I hadn't had any area to get it taken care of or any ice to keep it going. And now I got to toss out $11 or $12 worth of rotisserie chicken for my dog. It cost about $14 for a whole chicken raw. And I found it cheaper to get the rotisserie chicken, which is a couple of bucks cheaper. But because we have the avian bird flu and the market prices fluctuating left and right, not to mention the egg prices fluctuating left and right, it's costing more and more to get chicken. I'm going to have to start relying on beef more often for my girl, my little girl, my mama's, my dog. She can't take the canned food anymore. She's too damn old, and she won't touch it anymore. She's finicky that way. So, chicken and rice. Have to get me some more groceries coming in here that I'm going to need to use and utilize. And no, this is not easy for me to say and do this. This isn't. I mean, several hours from now, I got to go over to a liquor store and get more supplies out of there. Basically, ice, maybe a replacement gallon of milk. Well, I'm keeping it cold. I'm keeping 1 gallon that I actually got from the store earlier yesterday. And the one I got previously has already been turning sour anyway, so I got to get rid of that damn thing. I don't know how I'm going to be able to do this shit. Potato cheese, honest God, I don't know, but I'm going to have to. This is the hardest damn thing for me to deal with. It is. I'm not looking forward to doing this thing. I'm really not. I have to keep track of my finances all the time. What I can and cannot spend. What I can do and what I cannot do. So what happens when you're on a fixed income? I mean, this is a reality check when you're on a fixed income. You have to balance every damn penny if you have to. You have to make sure that everything is, balanced to a penny, basically. You have to calculate all your damn bills, all your expenditures that you've already been doing. The major ones have to be taken care of first. You have to get the little piddly ants, get those calculated. And when you got a total going on, then you have to subtract it with the money that you got coming in, or the money you have available at that moment. And then you start doing the balancing act on that one. These little things do add up. $10 here, $20 there. And I'm talking about the expenses concerning about entertainment or little gadgets or widgets. Do you need it? Do you want it? Is it really necessary? If it isn't, all three, don't get it. That's how my mother had to train me and my brother how to live by the penny, live by the balance sheet, live by general ledgers. She was an accountant. She was a bookkeeper. She was a numbers person. And when we had that much money coming in with her income or without, we had to keep balancing things left and right. When she was actually able to get around as much and she was actually having a business for herself going, 20, 25 years worth of bookkeeping income tax service, she was making survival money. My brother and I would definitely be pulling whatever resources we had if we were working at the time. In between jobs, one guy's got to work and the other guy doesn't. Well, how about both guys work? Then we're doing okay. We're doing a lot better. Ma's clients would come in, and then tax season would come in, and she'd be kicking up. But she'd be an accountant for a business or two, do the books, get the monthly. So we would have income coming in, and we always had to combine our funding, get the income total first, but then we've already had a list of all of our expenditures. We get the months prior to that, get an estimate. I do the same thing over here too. Energy costs shift. Cable's been steady for a while. Increased a little bit, but a year or two that'll increase it. But if it just keep a steady year, then I'm not worried about it. Not yet, anyway. But the month, it's the disability coming in. Sometimes I get a cost of living adjustment, and that helps, and it goes real fast because the food prices will get it, or the energy prices will get to me. The phone's basic standard. Well, they added an additional fee that I didn't know what the hell the damn thing was, but they got me on that one. So now I got to balance the books on that one. And my basic is get the rent, and they increase that gradually, very gradually. But I have to keep them on top of that one. And there's the energy, and there's the entertainment. That's costly right there. Internet out here and cable sucks. I could tell them to cut off the cable, but then I want to keep the internet. They're very weird. Spectrum is. And then the phone cost. And if I'm already having legal enough problems regarding my taxes, that's also a given right there. That's also nailing it out. So I have 4 to 5 major expenses right there. I still have to keep a constant tab in my head of what's going on. And then whatever money I have from month to month, if I have maybe at least 20, 30, 40, 50, or 60, 100, if I'm lucky enough, add it over to the next month, then whatever allotment I've got, it's a cushion. But then again, that cushion's going to be gone because sometimes I have to curtail it off of energy. Partial payment here just to keep the light on, and then pay off the difference either that month's bill's coming up, and if I got it, I'll do it. If not, do it a partial and partial and partial. I can't do that with the entertainment because it cuts off the internet. I can't do that with the phone because if I did that, it's going to that cancels that out right there, and they got me on that one time. I'm not doing that again. The rent must always be paid, and so does the tax scrap. So I'm stuck on these kind of major things I have to take care of. Okay, getting back to the how the rent's being affected and paid at this point over here. I mean, they did replace the unit last year, and for a while it worked, and then it didn't. The shifting of stuff in there. So, but I've always kept several blue ices ready to go. A couple of bags of ice just in case. I'm talking about Ziplocs full of ice just to be used as emergency. But then I have a little bit of room left for frozen stuff I can eat. The stuff will last maybe about another week, hopefully. But they'll be gone before then. It's the stuff in the main refrigerator I'm worried about. But getting back to the finances here, as I said before, I have to make sure everything's accountable. Food is one of the indeterminate items for expenditures. I've looked at some of the stuff. It's like 50, 60. Maybe if I'm feeling, sporadic, if I'm feeling very spontaneous, if I'm feeling very celebratory. Okay, so I'll go crazy on something. Sometimes it's about $400 or $500 a month, or six if I'm lucky, for food. And on some of the expenditures, I would go for bulk and get bulky. Hold on. I'm supposed to get up right about now to take care of what I just already took care of before I got on the air. Okay, what the hell was I saying? Yeah, I have to make sure, and I have to keep a rough balance in my head that I'm spending about $400 or $500, sometimes six. The food prices do raise up like crazy, and instead of before being spontaneous and sporadic and just wanting, then I have to balance that out with the bulk. If I can get bulk stuff from like Amazon, I don't do Walmart, but I do Amazon. Um, Last year or year before that, I mean, when we actually had the COVID nightmare and we actually had food stamp money coming in, I'd been hoarding that like crazy. And now it's dwindling down to a trickle. But I've been buying bulk stuff so I can live off the damn thing. So I won't have to constantly go out to the store. I mean, you get a huge box of ramen noodles, beef and chicken. Gross. But if you throw stuff into it, it's not that bad. I mean, if you get a bag of onions and get some chicken, as long as I haven't killed the damn chicken, that is. And that's the thing that pisses me off and worries me is the stuff I've got in the refrigerator. If the ice is still holding up and the blue ice is going to be continuing, maybe they won't spoil as much, but I may not be counting on it as much. And the rotisserie chicken I'm worried about because I'll have to get some more tomorrow. And it's cutting into more and more of the food money. Now here's the fun part. This semester, I was really under the impression my dog may be having, going through the last legs of her life, and I wanted to be with her. In order to do that, I have to go take a semester off. And I was going to be doing a semester at college. And I'm still kicking my ass on this one. She's hanging in there okay. I haven't got to the vet yet. She hadn't shown me anything else other than what she's been going through for last year. She's been taking that as either as a warning, compliment, or whatever. But I still need to get her to a vet on that one, just to make sure. And I know in about a couple of weeks I go to a doctor, and I'm not looking forward to that damn thing either. I really am not. About a week and a half. I'm not looking forward to it. But if she's going to be hanging in there and they feel like she's not ready to be, well, then I can breathe a sigh of relief and still kick my ass all throughout spring and summer. And then when I get into the fall, hopefully I can get the same classes, different instructors, but same classes I just canceled out. And the thing is, being a college student, when you're using the grants and loans, you still have to fill out the damn tax paperwork, the FAFSA, in order to get the grant or loan monies. Now, because of my situation, I've got grants coming in. I'm being trying to keep up a C average each semester, so I don't be putting myself into that kind of danger where I may or may not be able to qualify for any more grants. If I can continue to do good on my grades, I don't have that kind of an issue just yet. But the issue that I have is if the money I get for that particular semester, and I've already canceled out the classes, it's a hard time. The situation on that one is I have to pay back the money to the Fed. I have to pay back the money to the Fed. Money that I probably would need for an emergency services or situation right now, and that's going to drive me nuts because I need the money. I'm going to need the money for the rest of the couple of more weeks, and I still got to get the stuff paid back to the Fed and then owe them on the next grant. They'll keep track of it. No, my school will keep track of it, and so does the federal government on this one. I mean, the grants just to get to the classes are one thing. I'm still qualified because of my grades and stuff, because of the history. It's the federal I'm worried about. And they do have a long memory on these things. Their computer systems are very long on that one. So I have to deal with that. I have to pay back the money to them and hope that the next time I get the FAFSA, the grant for that particular semester, it's going to be a lot less because I used up the previous one. You catch my drift on the financials I still have to keep up with. But I may not have a choice at this point. I have a small allotment coming. So I'm going to have to use every damn penny I've got for food and stuff for this weekend if necessary. Because of the calculations I've already made for this particular month, and it's not going to last that long. I mean, it's only a small amount of per day I can spend. And if I don't spend it on that day, it builds up to the other one and builds up to the other one. When I'm doing food deliveries over here all the time, the DoorDashes, getting what I need for about 3 or 4 days. That means 3 or 4 days I'm not bugging DoorDash, but I'm also not bugging my damn allotment from disability. And to keep the calculations in my head, it's hard. I don't know how my mother does it when she was alive. But this is my thing and I'm dealing with. Crazy, insane, but that's how it is. That's how it is. And one other note. I keep my decorations up because they keep me going. They they're helpful. They're helpful to me. Maybe old and dusty like crazy, but they're helpful. Yeah, including the garland up here. I've also have the lights. I haven't turned them on yet. Only when I feel like I need them on. Get batteries replaced on them. Get the bulk of the double A's, so I can get those replaced. It's the triple A's I need to get more of. A couple items I still need to get them for. But meanwhile, this is what I got. And yes, it's weird for some people to keep up Christmas decorations. Hell, we even did it when my family was still alive. We did it all the way up until February and took them down. We wanted to have that holiday feeling still hanging around it a little bit. It's a mood elevate. It's a mood elevator of sorts. If I'm going to get that much depressed about things, I'll look at them and probably think, "Oh God, what am I doing right now?" And it's just, I don't want to take them down. They remind me too much of my family. They remind me too much of the times I've had it with my family, and I don't want to let go of them just yet. I really don't. I've got stuffed animals on one particular uh, stereo here, an old one that we've had for about older than me, and I got little trees on here decorated, even with lights on them. No, I don't keep the lights on them, but I can if I wanted to. But I need the physical reminders of something stabilized for me. I need emotional support of some sort. I can't help it. If my brother was over here watching this stuff, or we had never done that. But I had a few times had to do that to myself. Kept Christmas decorations after my brother passed, just to keep me from going off the edge, so to speak. I don't mind it. It's decorative, even during the summertime. But I'll decide during the summertime whether or not if the lights and the thing go down. But for right now, I'm not stressing over it. It's my month, and I ain't worrying about the damn thing. Besides, I think it still looks cute. Even though the bugs may be dealing with that damn thing, that's for damn sure. But right now, oh, by the way, when it comes down for breakfast, as long as I still have some fresh fruit like bananas, and I still got cream of wheat, that's breakfast right there. Or Pop-Tarts, so that works. Pop-Tarts, bananas, milk, or coffee. Here's the fun thing about the coffee. Usually I'm using milk. There have been a time that I was actually able to afford getting creamer. And just using a little creamer every so often stretches out the milk that way. I may have to do that again. I still have to balance the budget in my head of how I'm going to do this. So, things happen. So, for right now, guys, this is how things are. Yeah. I don't know if I actually miss those kind of times when I'm going out there and trying to get work or actually working 9 to 5 all the damn time. I mean, I did that a long time ago. Guys my age right now probably still working out there, working their asses out, trying to get other jobs. We got jobs being let go left and right, but we've got a strong economy. I'll tell you, being a liberal and hearing what the jobs market numbers were supposed to be, I'm thinking, boy, did you get that one wrong. Good Lord. I'm just looking at my living room. I'm lucky how I'm surviving. And that's all it is right now, is just pure survival. There's no fun times, no fun things. It's just surviving. I came across a meme uh, on Facebook. Something about if you're sleeping too much. It's regarding grieving. It's not like you're trying to hide it. It's like if you've already gotten to a point in your grieving process where you're starting to feel more relaxed and less off the survival. Your body's craving for all that sleep because of how much energy you've wasted regarding how much grief you poured into yourself and how it was taking a lot of things out of you that made you exhausted. I don't know, something to paraphrase something like that. I think I got the damn thing screwed up on that one. I mean, I saved it somewhere. I did a screen printer. I saved that thing on there. But it was something I had to do. I've been sleeping a lot more because I'm feeling the exhaustion happening. I've gotten more naps than I usually do. And the thing of it is, it's still necessary. Yeah, if you notice the little discolorations here. A bit of burn that I actually had. Yeah, it hurts. But it's been about 3 or 4 days worth of that. And yeah, it does hurt. It does hurt. But the pain is still trying to get rid of it, so. Uh, that's not it. Not it at all. I want to find out where the hell that damn thing was. I'll find out where it was. Because sometimes I think I've got myself screwed up on these things. That's not it. It's got to be buried in there. So, uh, put it on pause for a couple of seconds. Found it. Okay, the meme said, my therapist once said, after you start to heal your past traumas and you come out of fight or flight mode, your body will need a lot of time to rest. You're not lazy. Your body is just trying to catch up on the calmness that it hasn't had in years. Now, I still go through the triggers left and right when it comes down from morning. But that got my attention. That really got my attention. That I had to be more aware of. If I'm requiring more and more sleep, that means my body's still trying to get into a state of calmness and function, and therefore I have to sleep. But I can easily get myself wound up on survival mode, like I am right now. It's like every 6 to 8 hours I gotta switch the damn blue ice around, and that's a survival mode right there. I gotta worry about my dog, so that's another thing to worry about. And then I'm worried about the damn triggers I can run into left and right. Hell, I could just sit here right now and go through a trigger, and then I'm like, oh great, there it goes. There it goes. Then I gotta wait for a time before something innocuous hits, and then boom. So it's never done. Grieving to me is never done. But I'll tell you one thing. Oh, a couple more things before I hang up. Before Ma passed away, and before Dave and I were starting to get into the mode of like, oh God, she's not going to make it. I didn't worry about that one. I was worried more about trying to keep a damn job at a company that damn it killed me. And when trying to make sure I had money coming in for the family. Because I'll tell you one thing, depending upon a county hound down, it sucks. And once you fill out paperwork to get Social Security, they want that money back and they'll take it out. But the thing of it is, I wasn't mourning up until the time Ma was passing. I mourned a little bit when we lost Buddy Buster, a footstool, my brother called him. Cocker Spaniel, almost looked like not a terrier, but a Cocker Spaniel. He looked like a lion sometimes when his hair was cut. And he'd have this mane around his face. And the rest of the body be shaved, but he still looked like a damn footstool. Short, stubby, powerful legs. I mean, powerful legs. He'd play fierce, but he didn't bite you hard enough. But he was still a good dog to be around. Anyway, I think that was the last time my brother and I actually mourned a little bit and we cried over that one. But we held it in also and tried to deal with things. And it had to happen during the time when Ma was dying as well. Not shortly before. And all this stuff prior to that, I was trying to hold it in, trying to occupy my time with other things coming up, and it was survival, 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 survival. Not releasing my burden, so to speak, not releasing my emotions left and right. And then right after Ma, it was like it was breaking down. My brother and I kept going over to recovery halls left and right, and stay busy and stay active with them. Didn't want to deal with the damn emotions. Everyone else dealing with their own damn emotions and screw ups, but we were holding it back. And then I get to go to college. A friend of ours dies, and that puts another strain right there. I lose my dog, and it almost put me into a mold. But after we lost Ma, around those times, the anniversaries would pop up would hurt like hell, and I had to seek out therapy just to keep it at bay. Talk about it at therapy, do no, not videos, but a lot of audio recordings just to get the stuff off my damn chest. But still, it hurt like hell because I really wasn't grieving or mourning. I was focusing on education. I was also focusing on survival, getting kicked out from one particular apartment in Lancaster, and then trying to go for survival out here. And David's misadventures. I mean, it was one thing after another, so I didn't really put it into perspective how much I really missed Ma. And I know David was doing the hiding bit, because how much in this relationship he was really putting himself into. But when I lost him, I had to take a month, or actually I had to take a term off once in a while. COVID kicked in, kicked my ass on that one. Kept me at home, kept me dependent upon delivery systems for subsistence and other things. And then go back to campus, do a term there, take another term off because of the emotional strain I was under. Still trying to take care of myself during those days. And I really didn't think about therapy until last year when I felt it was time. It was well over needed. So I went over to the current insurance I got and hooked myself up with a therapist. She's helping a great deal. And the thing is, sometimes I don't talk to her about enough how I'm tearing myself apart. Sometimes I try to keep it light-hearted, but I have to keep it serious. Even for a short time, you still have to pour your guts out. And that's why I kept doing the videos left and right on my channel, because I wanted to get my guts out. I didn't want to be ending up like an emotional cripple, but I was an emotional cripple. I still am. I'm still a physical cripple. And I'll say it. I'm surviving. And that's the thing. If I'm not surviving, I'm trying to get over the grieving process one way or another, and my body is saying, you need to sleep. So I nap. Unfortunately, I'm not napping as well as I should. It's one damn thing after another. Are we having fun yet? Anyway, I'll talk to you guys later. And a shout out to Artist in Recovery, Mr. Daryl. Yeah, bit about the tinsel. I'm keeping it up. Hey, it helps me.